those questions answered. I might have answers, I might not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This could take an hour, it could take 5 minutes. Hey, it's Rick Turoczy, founder of Silicon Florist and Pi and Built.org and some other stuff. I've been doing a lot of question and answer sessions recently, but they're all incredibly long, like too long to sit through. Really long. Especially if you only want to hear the answer to one of those questions or maybe a couple of those questions. So I thought what might be helpful is if I chop those up into bite-sized YouTube-ish like pieces that you could consume at your leisure, I guess, with bite-sized stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. These will be questions and answers about startups, venture capital, Portland, accelerators. We're talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. So if that stuff seems interesting to you, and if I want to say stuff any more times, then hit subscribe and stay tuned to this content and let us know what's working and what isn't. But let's get into it with that one. I have an idea for a SaaS product, and in the lingo, SaaS is software as a service. So generally something on the web that or mobile that you are charged kind of incrementally for, usually some kind of subscription model for that. So I have an idea for a SaaS product, but I have no idea how to get team members on board without a business plan or funding. But I need a team to work out a business plan and get funding. I don't know what to do. How do you take an idea and start to get the ball rolling? What are the infancy steps? So this is a classic place where a lot of founders get stuck. It's you have a vision for where you want to go and what you want the company to be. You understand how the world is a better place once your product actually exists, but it's really hard to figure out what that first step is. And so at this point in time, what I always encourage founders to do when they're kind of stuck at this point is to think about things they can do that don't require them to build any technology right now or any production or any of that kind of stuff. So think about ways that you can effectively attract and engage with the community or market you're seeking, but that doesn't require a product to exist or a production facility or code or any of that kind of stuff. So use things that have already been developed. So what do I mean by that? I know a ton of SaaS companies that started out as a successful newsletter. You don't need to build anything to get people signed up for a newsletter. You can pretty much use an out-of-the-box solution, start attracting your market, start creating content, and start that conversation with your market. So something like that, or a Google group, or a Slack instance, or a Twitter account, or an Instagram account. Like, think of something that you enjoy doing that helps you communicate to the market the way you enjoy communicating, and that is somewhere where your market exists, and just start there, because that's a really good way to demonstrate traction. If I'm an accelerator or investor and you demonstrate to me that you've been able to, create a newsletter that has 10,000 subscribers over a very short period of time, then I believe that you understand the market and you understand the offering that could be beneficial to that market. So that's traction to me. If you develop a following on Instagram or YouTube or something like that, that is demonstrating traction. And not only does that demonstrate traction for the potential of funding, but there's a very high likelihood that those other people that you want or need to be participants in your business will also be attracted to that entity you've created or that account that you've created. So I can think of any number of pie companies that have done very well on YouTube or Instagram or those kind of things, and folks have then approached them saying, how can I help you with your business, or how can I contribute? I think specifically of Celia Salazar of Tona Latino, who was on probably a few weeks back now, but still pretty recent in the podcast queue. She did a really good job at that, like building the Tono Latino following. Just hit 10,000 Instagram followers yesterday, and people would reach out to her and say, like what you're doing, how can I participate? How can I be part of the team? So do something that you can do without needing a product. Obviously, you're eventually going to want to build the product, but most important is having the community or the market that's ready.